Hello, this is Erin with the Joy in Pens and Paper. It is time to do May Currently Inked. Yay! One of my favorite parts of the month is re-inking up my pens and being able to start a new chapter of exploration and such. So for this month, the theme, if you will, is ink samples. And so I looked at my collection of ink samples and I looked at the pens that I really wanted to use, some that I want to continue using, some that I haven't used in a while and I want to bring back. And that was kind of my inspiration for this month. So the first pen that I'm going to swatch is my Pelikan M400 in white tortoise shell with an extra fine nib. And this pen is inked up with a sample that I recently got from a subscriber, Birmingham Pen Company Sandstone. So I really enjoyed this pen last month, and I'm hoping to continue that wonderful experience. And like I said, Birmingham. Pen Company Sandstone. All right, the next pen is another new pen to me. Narwhal Nautilus Grand Rhapsody. Isn't it so pretty? This is inked up with Robert Oster Australis Oak. This is a fine. I love how this writes. I really had to fight the urge. I wanted to ink this up with Birmingham Pen Company Petrified Wood, which is what I initially inked it up with, and then some of it got expelled unexpectedly, and so I didn't get the full kind of fill writing experience, but I decided to resist that urge and go with the sample route that I had originally planned on, which is why I landed on Australis Oak. I've been wanting to use that one. So all right, so this is a pen I haven't used in a while, I think since maybe the fall. Love that sound. So this is a Sailor 1911 Demonstrator in a medium fine, and it's inked up with Organic Studio Blue Merle. So I have a couple of samples of Organic Studio, and this is the first time I've inked it up in a pen, so I'm excited to write with it and see how that experience is. All right, next is Bon Rosa in the Lilac colorway. So I have, I initially struggled with this pen, And then I switched over to Pilot Iroshizuku ink per the recommendation of a number of viewers, and that certainly was an excellent recommendation. I am in love with this pen. So now I'm going to branch out and try a different ink and see if the love still stays. So this is Bon Rosa Lilac with an extra fine nib, and it's inked up with Ferris Wheel Press, Central Park, greens. All right. I don't know why, but I've really wanted a green ink in this, so I'm hoping that this works out and that this is an enjoyable experience. The next one is one that I'm interested to see how this experience goes, because you can already see some of the shimmer is gathering. So I'm going to predict this might be a tough go. And if you can guess this ink, timestamp it and put it in the comments. Now this is an ink that I am strongly considering getting a bottle, but I wanted to use up my sample before I did. And I'm afraid that my selection may sway me to not get it, but we'll see. So this is Robert Oster Rose Gold. I started to write Rose and wrote Roster. Rose Gold Antigua. It's pretty. Okay. Hopefully it doesn't get too clumpy. We'll see. And, oh, that's a push. That does actually use up my sample. All right, so the next pen is my Pilot Decimo in Champagne. That's a fine nib, and oh my, it's so interesting to go from a steel nib to a gold nib. This is so bouncy. It's so interesting. And this is inked up with Pilot Iroshizuku, Fuyu, Chopin. Oops. SY, sorry. Oh gosh, having a tough time. All right, and then my last three are kind of my standby pens, my consistent ones. So this is a Pilot Firmo. This is the green, kind of forest green, dark green. It has a fine nib and it's inked up with Birmingham Pen Company Burnt Walnut. I did not refill this for this month, and I share that because there's a chance that when that fill runs out, even if it's mid-month, I may refill it with something different. Excuse me. All right, next up TWSBI Diamond 580 with an extra fine nib. And this has Birmingham Pen Company, Pennsylvania, Fieldstone. Now, Birmingham Pen Company just came out with some new ink releases, and there's a few of them that are just gorgeous. And I am practicing some restraint and not going out and making a purchase. I filled my cart, but I have not purchased. This is a Kaveco Student, 1970s, I believe it's called Soul, with a fine nib, and this has Diamine. It's Ink Vent Storm. Okay, so these are my pens and inks for this month. There is no cohesive theme in terms of the colors and how they work together, but just know these are all samples. These are all samples. These are bottles because these are the ones that I have inked up every single month consistently, but these are all samples, and I am going to try to use samples a little bit more because I've got a nice collection. And then when I have them coming in each month with the ink flight, that's more motivation to continue working through them. And then I can really be thoughtful and mindful about what bottles I'm bringing into my collection. So I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know if you have anything similar inked up. And I look forward to reviewing this towards the end of May. Thanks. Bye.